obviously Eric passed away in 2021, you know, right in the middle of COVID. Eric passes away, and in the best of circumstances, it is always difficult to move on from a brother, more or less. And you guys have been together so long that it really is, I'm assuming, like a brotherhood. Were there thoughts of, okay, well, that's the end of this? Or what was it that convinced you, you know what, got to keep moving, got to keep making music, got to keep using the ideas that Eric had to move forward?
Well, I was done. It was over. I'm like, I'm not going to restart again. And the whole thing, that whole thing, the whole pandemic and him dying, it's just like, that's it. You know, I'm like, I'm not going to be able to move on from this.
Right.
You know, it took a little while. And it's like, the main thing that got me thinking about it was this club in Chicago, Reggie's Rock Club.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They're going to hang a banner of Wagner. You know, they have a banner of Wesley Willis and a banner of Lemmy, and they were going to add a Wagner one. I was like, oh, this is cool. And his manager, Mike Smith, at the time, they were putting this on, and they said, would you like to help, like, pick some bands and maybe MC or just be part of it? You know, and I'm like, I'll let you know. And it, I mean, at the time, I quit drinking whiskey it was the whole time, too. I just kind of sobered up and
sure
get my head cleared. And one night we went out, and I just decided I had a shot of whiskey and a beer, and I'm like, I got an idea. I'm like, if you're going to do a tribute to Wagner and the thing, and they have other bands playing, I'm like, why don't we just play?
Right.
You know? And I'm like going, and Carl Agell we've been friends for a long time, you know, and I'm like sitting there at the dinner after the whiskey. I just text Carl. I said, would you be interested in jamming and help me play some of these Skull songs and stuff like that? He's like, absolutely, whatever you need, brother. So I'm like, oh, okay. Let's see if the other guys want to do this, you know.
Okay.
It was really traumatic when all of us, we were in Texas, and had a couple of days off, luckily, at Henry, the drummer's house, where it all came down. So we stopped the tour there. Eric went to the hospital, then me, Lothar, and Matt Goldsboro at the time, we drove back home to Chicago.
Right.
So it was like really weird. Then we decided, okay, let's meet in Texas where it ended and rehearse and play and see how it feels, to see if we could actually even do this, you know. We're just going to do one show, a tribute show to Wagner, and we'll have Carl singing and possibly a couple other guys, you know, guest singers, so not overwhelming Carl, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So then we practiced, and we're in a room, we're playing, and halfway through we're playing, I think Henry mentioned, he's like, do you know that today's Wagner's birthday? I'm like, I had no idea.
Right.
And the rehearsal went so well. We're like, we can do this.
The biggest and the best heavy metal radio station is CMS Network Now. With over 5,000 heavy metal songs from all the subgenres and eras of metal, it ranges far more than almost any station broadcasting today. You can also listen to great radio shows like Charlie Kendall's Metal Shop, the shows of the CMS Network, and even the full episodes of the Classic Metal Show with the music. Visit CMS Network now at www.cmsradio.net or on the CMS Network app in both the iOS or Android stores. There's no need to listen anywhere else for the best heavy metal ever created.
Charlie Kendall's Metal Shop now has its very own Facebook page. Just look for CK Metal Shop and you got us. The latest metal news, Metal Shop showtimes and links, along with all the metal that matters.